Today's video is an answer to a recurring question. I keep getting this question mostly from men, and I'm wondering, it's okay for you not to know, but it's not okay for you to stay ignorant of the possibilities of this amazing information I'm going to give you today. And the question goes thus: can a man still go more rounds after ejaculation? I also heard, is it possible for a man to come again after he has come the first time? Okay, so I'm going to answer this question today, and I'm going to give you reasons for my answer. My answer is yes. A man can go additional rounds of sexual activity after ejaculation, but it depends on several factors. Not every man can do it, but if all these factors are in their right proportion or in the right place, a man can go multiple rounds after ejaculating the first time. These factors include age, health, arousal level, and individual differences for sexual responses. So let's go. Let's take these factors one at a time. Number one factor is refractory period, basically the period of return, the period of back to start to school, right? So the refractory period is a time after ejaculation during which a man is physiologically unable to achieve another erection or orgasm. I'll take that again. It is the time after ejaculation during which a man is physiologically unable to achieve another erection or orgasm. The period varies between individuals. Now, this duration for some men may last 2 minutes. Some others, it could even last hours or even longer. So you see, it varies per individual. The length of the refractory period generally increases with age. So as he grows older, the length of time that it takes him to have another erection gets longer. So while he was in his late 20s, early 30s, it would have been after one round he flips you, after second round he flips you, he's able to get himself, or he's able to get another erection after the previous ejaculation. The time it takes him is shorter. But as he gets older, with age, physical health, level of arousal, that time expands and extends. Sometimes he's not able to as quick as you, the woman, would want it. The second factor is arousal and stimulation. So some men may be able to become aroused again relatively quicker after ejaculation, especially if they receive continued sexual stimulation, or if they are particularly turned on by their partner or the particular situation. I'll take that again. Some men are able to get another erection immediately after an ejaculation, depending on if there is a continuous stimulation, a continuous sexual stimulation, which could be a turn on by their partner or the particular situation they find themselves. So another is mental arousal. Psychological factors such as strong emotional connections or high levels of excitement can reduce the refractory period and make it possible to go for another round sooner. So arousal is another factor that affects the refractory period. Oh, age and physical health. Younger men typically have a shorter refractory period. I hope you're not getting confused by this refractory. I'm not talking about the factory. I'm talking refractory period. So younger men typically have shorter refractory period and may find it easier to engage in multiple rounds of sexual activity. As men age, the refractory period tends to lengthen, become longer, right? Physical fitness. So good physical health, including cardiovascular fitness, can improve the overall sexual stamina of the man and may reduce the length of the refractory period. Jump on the treadmill. Take long walks. Climb the staircase. Practice your planks. These are cardiovascular exercises that help you maintain good stamina. Another factor that affects the refractory period is your sexual health and your libido. Now, your testosterone levels, if your testosterone levels are high, it can contribute to a higher level of libido and quicker recovery time between rounds. If you are healthy sexually, you have a strong libido, you have a good sexual desire, you don't have issues like erectile dysfunction, anxiety, or fatigue that can impact your refractory period. We can go on and on and on. Emotional factors, psychological factors, these things affect the length of the refractory period. But you see, the question I'm trying to answer here is this: can a man come again after he has come the first time? Yes. So all I've just tried to list for you are things that affect, factors that affect this coming again, right? Okay, so let me give you tips on going multiple rounds. Number one, take a break. You're not a machine, you're a human being. Take a break. A short break between rounds involving cuddling, kissing, other forms of non-sexual intimacy can help maintain arousal while giving the body time to recover. The next thing will be during that break, stay hydrated. Hydration helps with the flow of blood in the system. It helps maintain your energy levels and helps sustain sexual activity. The third thing will be varied stimulations. Explore different forms of stimulations. You can use oral, your spouse can give you an oral job, can give you a hand job. This can keep the experience exciting while helping to get re-aroused. Then focus on your partner. Focusing on your partner's pleasure during refractory period can keep the momentum going. So the issue is not the fact that you've had an ejaculation. It's the fact that sometimes, because men are not told these things, they have an ejaculation and just think that's the end. That's not the end. That can be the beginning of an explosive experience. Mostly when your spouse is not yet satisfied. So you've had an ejaculation. Congratulations. You don't need to stop there. If your spouse is still ready to go, don't stop. Just take a break. Drink water. Take a break. Cuddle. Kiss. Focus on getting your spouse into the orgasmic phase. And you see, while you do that, it gives your body time to recover, to recuperate, and get erect again. This time with a better direction. And who knows, we might be counting 3, 4, or even 5 rounds. Don't kill your spouse while you're at it. See you in the next video. Today, we're going to be talking about sexual misconceptions or sexual myths. We're going to be writing the myths. When I say writing, I mean R-I-G-H-T-I-N-G. Writing the myths, right? Okay. I had some sessions with some people, and I kept hearing things and my head kept blowing, and I'm like, do people really believe these things? It will shock you. Not only do they believe these things, their daily life, their everyday, every sexual experience is affected by these things that they have been told, or they have heard, or they have manufactured in their minds. Myth number 1. Men should initiate sex. Why? Why? Like, why? Who gave him the rule? Who said he must be the one to initiate sex? A lot of women have locked themselves up in a box because they believe that their husbands should be the one to initiate sex. So they are dying in silence. You want to have sex. Your body is telling you, do this thing. But no, because they've told you that he's in charge, he's the leader, he's the head, he's the man, he has a higher testosterone, so he should be the one to initiate it. Then you are dying in silence. Wake up, my darling, and demand for what you deserve. Demand for what you deserve. Go for it. Touch him in places that will turn him around. Touch him in places that will turn him on, and receive that which you desire. Stop waiting for him to initiate it. I mean, do you know that every time you initiate it, it tells your man that he's desirable. It tells your man that you want him. It tells your man that he's attractive. It tells your man that he's in charge. So stop dulling yourselves, ladies. Nobody, no scripture, no verse, no science says that man should be the one to initiate. So the second myth we're going to be debunking today is that first experience should be bloody, right? I chose the word bloody because I know we have dealt with the fact that not all virgins bleed. Now, I've come to the phase of bloody because having counseled some couples, right? The issue is not the fact that the woman did not bleed. It's that there was no map of the world on the white bed sheets. Movies have helped us. African magic has clouded our reasoning that they are expecting that the first penetration should bring about blood everywhere. It should be bloody. When we are not vampires, there is no place that is written. I mean, I have a video that deals with the fact that not all virgins bleed. Now, the bloody part of it is the fact that how much is this blood? How much is this blood? What's the quantity of this blood? When you have a bruise, how much bleeding are you expecting? When you have a cut, how much bleeding are you expecting? Even your menstrual blood, when you stain your bed, is either you have pressed yourself, you've applied pressure on that spot at that time that there will be a spillage. It's not a map. So please, 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 first experience shouldn't be bloody. Will there be bleeding? Some people bleed, some don't. So please, let's get this whole bloody thing out of the way, right? The third myth we're going to be debunking, this one, when I heard it, my head went, you know how popcorn is? Pop, 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 pop. I'm like, what? In this day and age, you believe that because you're a virgin, you would get pregnant quickly. Sir, come nearer. On what basis? Virginity has nothing to do with fertility. I'll say it again. Virginity has nothing to do with fertility. So the fact that you married as a virgin does not guarantee quick conception, does not even prove that you are fertile. There are other tests, there are other medical tests to carry out, to test for fertility and all whatnot. Don't let anybody deceive you. Because when I heard it, my question was, is that why you married her in the first place? Getting married, the guarantee that as I marry a virgin, quick. Now this is 6 months. 6 months, she's not yet pregnant. And you're already raising an alarm that if she was a virgin, she would have gotten pregnant immediately. Please don't let anybody deceive you. Virginity has absolutely nothing to do with fertility. The fourth myth we're going to be debunking today is that small-sized manhood doesn't do the work. You lie. That is a big lie. You lie. There are styles and positions that enable for deep penetrations. In those styles, if your husband has a big penis, those styles and positions are going to be painful and uncomfortable for you. But if your husband has a smaller penis, when he penetrates in those styles or positions, it gives him room for deep penetration. He becomes an odogu in that space. So don't let anybody deceive you again. The fact that your penis is not 7 inches, is not 5 inches when erect, does not mean that you cannot enjoy sexual intercourse with your spouse. The fifth myth we're going to be debunking today: first experience doesn't matter. I mean, I've had people come and say, so what? She was raped, so what? You say, so what? Do you know what trauma does to people? I like to say that your first experience is directly proportional to the progress of your future experiences. That means that if your first experience was good, you will be more susceptible to enjoying future experiences. If your first experience was traumatic, you would not even want to think about going through such an experience again. So don't let anybody lie to you that your first experience does not matter. I have people that go through vaginismus, which came as a result of trauma, attempted rape, molestation, inappropriate touching here and there, abuse. I have people that used to enjoy having sex with their spouses until one day they had pain for some reason or the other. Or I have some men that go into the delivery room with their spouses and swear not to put their wife through such trauma again. And all of a sudden, the woman is no longer desirable to them. Not because she's not desirable, it's because of the fact that he doesn't want to be the cause of the trauma. Right? Experiences has an effect on your sexual progress. So don't let anybody lie to you. Your first experience matters. Sixth myth: there are no men willing to honor God. You lie. There are. Because the society has made it seem like being a virgin is a female thing. Keeping yourself till marriage is a female thing. And they say that because you can really not, there's no how to test for virginity for a man, but there's how to test for virginity for a woman. But that doesn't make it right. The Bible says that you should be sanctified. You, me, you, boy, girl, daddy, mommy, husband, wife, sanctified. You should be sanctified. There are men out there. I mean, I did a program for singles, right, about to wed. I can beat my chest to tell you that most of the men in that room were virgins, had never had sex before. The issue is just that we have very few that come out to say it, because they don't want to be shamed, they don't want to be embarrassed or whatever. But do these men exist? Yes, they do. Don't be deceived. And the last myth I'm going to be debunking today, so I've come up with an idea that I'm going to, over time, maybe quarterly or once in 2 months, I'll come up and, debunk some myths, right? To help us know what is right, what is wrong, what is real, what is a mirage, what is just gist, right? So the last myth I'm going to be debunking today is that scheduled sex is boring. First, what is scheduled sex? Sex on a schedule. Is it boring? No. Sex is what you make it. It's how you make it. So if you decide to make it mechanical, that's you. Totally on you. But you have the ability to make it interesting, even when it's on a schedule. So I've been able to debunk 7 myths today. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to debunk some more myths in more videos to come. But how do I get these myths? When you comment on the videos, when you drop your comments on the video, when you send me a DM, when you send a WhatsApp message, this helps me know how you're thinking and what the wrong things you have in your mind are. And I can come out and do a video and debunk them. See you in the next video.